In a world where extreme competition exists everywhere, what does it take to have success in your career and in life? Join me, Nirvana Chaudhary, as I sit down with some of the most successful individuals to discover the secrets to their success, what continues to drive them, and to hear a few exclusive stories in the process. What drives them and their success code, their mantra for making it bigger. Hello, everyone. This is Nirvana Chaudhary, and I'm absolutely delighted to be presenting to you yet another fantastic podcast, Making It Bigger, with even a greater guest that I have, Mr. Amir Rana. Mr. Amir Rana, someone who's like an elder brother to me, came back to Nepal pursuing his education outside and really got involved into his family business, a very diversified business who've come up with some of the most renowned homegrown brands and is taking Nepal to the world in a true sense today. He also chairs and probably is amongst the youngest chairman of any public limited bank that exists, commercial bank that exists today, continuously working towards new initiatives, but yet focusing on his core competencies. I think what I've known of Amir Dai, he's someone who I see as a born artist. And I've seen him channelize that artistic passion that he has into the innovative and creative flow that he has in his business. So thank you so much, Amir Dai, for being in this show. Like I always start my podcast with, what is it that really drives you as a human being, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, and what is that one success mantra?
Thank you, Nirvan, for having me in your podcast. Right, to flatly answer your question, like what drives me is like I want to be the best in whatever I do. Right, it's like one of those things. Right, I mean, I'm involved in a few things that where I'm trying to change. Somehow change the people's life, right? So I want to be the best in that. The thing is that be it business or be it philanthropy or be it in family, or you're handling a few issues in your friend circle and this that I want to be there and then give them the best advices, best be there for them. So whatever my endeavor in my life is to be the best in terms of wherever I'm called upon, I've touched, or I'm required. So that's my drive. That always has been my drive.
And your success mantra?
My success mantra has been the focus that I have. The things that look, Nirvan. One cannot be good in everything, right? I mean, the thing is that you should know your limitation. My success mantra always has been that I know my limitations, what are my shortcomings, right? So that's where I start to work upon. That's where I start to really put my hard work on, and be around the people that who would contribute, or who would complement to that aspect of my life, right? So it's very important to understand your weaknesses, so that's has and I've done that well in my life, I guess, and that's why I've done well in life, I guess.
Over the last few years, we've seen such an amazing evolution and growth of the company under your leadership, right? And your father, who I had absolutely immense respect and respect for, was a pioneer and leader in his own right. He had disrupted certain industries he'd been in. He had led those industries into creating a dynamic change in wherever he was, and someone who I always looked up to and had wonderful conversations. And every time I did, I learned so much with him. Today, I see you as someone who's really, really made him proud. If you had an opportunity to, and you've talked about introspection, you've talked about continuously looking within and saying, working on your weaknesses, which I'm sure, all our well-wishers would want the same. Today, if you were to look in the mirror and tell yourself that where I am today, am I content? Am I happy? Am I doing justice? Am I really living up to the legacy that has been created, what would you say?
Nirvan, let me just go back to the earlier statement that you made about my dad. How he started back then. When he started. It was very, very humble. The kind of education he had, the kind of the resources that he had, it was definitely not enough. But whatever he did, he ended up doing in his life. And he created a brand that everyone knows now. And whatever he did in terms of understanding what Nepal needs, and at that particular time, what he wanted to do was to make slippers, to create manufacture slippers and shoes and all. So when I came in, right, and then to answer your question, like whatever I'm doing at the moment, he created that then, and for me the only thing is to bring it even make it even bigger, right? I mean, bring it out to the world and start creating such a big brand. I mean, in terms of globally, right? Be present globally. And so that has been the focus at the moment. And then whatever he created, the base that he made for me had been very, very instrumental. And then that's what I'm working upon. And I think I'll call myself successful if I would be able to actually establish it globally.
Well, Amir, all I can tell you is that we are extremely proud of the work you're doing, and I'm sure he would be absolutely delighted and so proud of you. Please continue and pursuing the dreams that you have. I've seen that you have just recently gotten onto this entire aspect of mindfulness, right? You started to meditate more. How helpful is that on an entrepreneur's life or an individual's life or anyone's life, if for that matter?
Well, it's very important, Nirvan. It actually helps me to balance my work life and my my family life and my personal life. Right? It helps me to understand the situation that I'm given or the issue that I'm given, and then I try and understand it from within. Right, so that has helped me. That has actually really, helped me to really sit back and understand the core of it, and then the solution that I can come up with. Right, so that's been very, very important.
Vidushi Didi or Shivalika, your kids, she's in her own right looked as to be a very successful manager, an entrepreneur herself. If you were to use this platform to give a message to your children about their future, about how they should look into the future, in one or two lines, what would it be?
It would be to be a good human being, right? I mean, see, this is Vidushi and I are trying our best to give them that the inculcate that culture in them, that the most important aspect of the life is to become a good human being, right? Be useful to this humanity, this world. So however they can, whatever they do in future, however they come up, whatever they come up with, right? It has to be for the good of the humanity. So that's the message that we try to give to the kids.
We need a lot more of that. Lastly, Amir, what I want to ask you is, Amir, first musician, musical singer, artist, or entrepreneur business? And if it wasn't for business, would you have considered pursuing your passion towards music? And are you still doing that?
Nirvan, to be honest with you, right? I mean, whatever you're saying, like, I don't know. I mean, I love singing, right? I've been
You're good at it.
No, I've been doing this for a long time, right? Because my mom was a singer, and then she had inculcated that that music should be the part of your life, because it was part of her life. And then I've always heard her doing riyaz and all, at home. And then so that's how I actually got hold of it, right? Definitely there is this big desire, right, to be bigger and better in music, right? But there are so many other things that's happening in my life, that music has taken a back seat, right? But then definitely, to answer your question, is that I want to bring it up. I want to do more on music, and not only by singing, right, but maybe to do something for music lovers, and create a foundation, where I have a foundation where we do a lot for Nepalese musicians. So maybe that could be one way to actually fulfill the desire to be within that music platform.
Thank you so much, Amir. I definitely got my answer. You're a musician at heart first. And please do continue in pursuing whatever you're doing with your heart and your soul. I'm so glad to hear that you have a particular passion towards music. And even if you are not following and pursuing that full time, you at least want to make a difference and create an impact in that through your philanthropic initiatives. Thank you so much for being part of my podcast. And I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to you, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Nirvan.